Welcome to the best of the Chris Vernon Show, presented by Direct Auto Insurance from the American Home Shield Studio inside FedEx Forum. To watch the live show daily at noon or on demand, head over to grindcitymedia.com or Grind City Media on YouTube. Now, let's take a look back at some of the best moments of the week.
So the reason I said that this could be a big day, and I don't know if they're doing it like once a week, but you might have seen that, what was it reported? July 7th? July 7th was the date that I guess when everybody started to get there, they did they tested 322 guys.
Two of them, right?
Two out of
Harden
322. Well, no, that's at the bubble. Those guys didn't even go.
They didn't even make it.
Yeah, and you see, like, I wonder, you saw the Westbrook news yesterday, right?
Right.
Okay, so you know that, like, let's say the Denver Nuggets, they got like 3 or 4 guys that aren't there, like Gary Harris, Porter Jr., there's somebody else. And they didn't give any reasons, and Mike Malone, their coach, didn't give any reasons. Mike D'Antoni, like, when it was asked about Harden and Westbrook, he didn't say nothing because, you know, there's HIPAA laws, and it's their health. So if they want to say something, they can say something. So Westbrook puts out a statement yesterday saying, I tested positive. I had it. I have it. I'm feeling okay. Wear a mask. You know, do right. This is serious. I look forward to joining my teammates in Orlando. And so now we had a reason. And I was thinking about this. If it were me, and we haven't heard from Nuggets guys, like the guys that aren't there, we haven't gotten reasons outside of why, you know, the people that have said, hey, I got coronavirus. If I'm Westbrook, I think I do come out. I am the type that would tell everybody, because I wouldn't want everybody to think I'm like a prima donna. I wouldn't want everybody to think I'm better than everybody else, right? Because if you're not in the bubble and you're not there with your teammates, I mean, these teams are all playing 5-on-5. I would want everybody to know, look, I would be there. This is why I'm not there. And obviously that has led to rampant speculation on the Harden thing too, right? Because Harden's not there. And then you say, okay, why isn't he there? And you know, a coach or whoever would usually say, oh, he's dealing with some stuff, or he's got some personal stuff, or whatever. Right. You know, but nobody's saying why he's not there. And we kind of understand.
Nobody said no why Harden not there.
No.
But
Westbrook said, I've got coronavirus.
Right, so now that
does it make you think, like, again, we're speculating here, but like, why would you not say why you're not there? I would just want everybody to think, like, I'm not just making this the minimal amount of time. I don't think I'm better than everybody else.
No, I wouldn't think
you know.
But it's so many avenues you could actually milk right now. Like, when I say milk, like, you could stand on it a little longer than, you know, norm. Like, okay, let's just say he dealing with something at home. Okay, he ain't in no rush to get back into the bubble. 2 people are already down there with it.
Yeah, no.
You get what I'm saying? So he could use that. His team, you say prima donna. All right, well, if anybody knows, he had access to a gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All through it. And he probably had 10 rebounders. Everybody had masks and gloves on. You know what I'm saying? And you know he had that. So
yep.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the best fit shape as far as that. And we pretty much expect him to be all the way MVP.
Let's go back to...
If he going that route, though, like, this is what you got to expect.
Yeah, but
That's
let's go back to our teams, right?
Oh, man, you want...
If you had it and you were the only Grizzly not there, don't you think you would want everybody to know why you weren't there? You know what I'm saying? Rather than anybody speculating why you're not there.
We talking about superstars, though. We never had no superstars. You see what I'm saying?
I'm saying you. And you around here, you were treated like a star. You were. You're still treated like a star.
Smile, man. But listen.
In most cities, guys that were considered NBA role players can go out in public. You can't go anywhere with you.
Fair point.
Yeah, I.
With everybody wants to take a picture. Everybody wants to get an autograph.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, for sure, you gotta get in compliance with what's going on. Whether you get there and be a little more cautious and probably set up your own thing and buck the bubble and do whatever you got to do as far as take the penalties and fines and your safety and how you figure you got to go on. But, man, the team come first. I will have to say.
Yeah.
You gotta get in compliance with the team.
Well, you've had
Why
guys.
wouldn't
You had guys breaking quarantine already.
And that's definitely going to happen. So you know if somebody going to break it and ain't too many fines or anything going to happen with that, why James Harden ain't down there in his renting a mansion somewhere?
Well, but these guys are just straight goofy. Both Bruno and...
Well, I knew Bruno was going to do it.
I
ain't
did
going to lie.
too.
I kind of felt... Matter of fact, somebody said Bruno was going to break.
Hey, and you know it wasn't going to be something like dastardly. It wasn't. It was going to be goofy. It was not going... It was going to be that he didn't pay attention.
That's all it was.
That's it.
And that's
you know
all
what I mean?
it was. And that's how I was thinking about it. Like, he probably didn't read or understand fully what it was about and got down there thinking, oh, yeah, this is like college life. Yeah, let me go.
You know what he did?
What'd he do?
You want to hear it?
Something with the Uber Eats. I heard a little bit of it.
No, he was hungry. All right, so when you get down there, you got to stay in your room for 24 hours.
Right.
He didn't have enough food, he didn't think. So we went downstairs to ask about getting more food. And they were like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you have to be in your room for 24 hours. Like, all you have to do is be in your room for 24 hours.
Right.
He's like, oh, you can't leave to ask a question? Like, no, that's the rule. You can't leave. Like, all you have to do is be in the room for 24 hours. That's it.
See, when I saw that name, I kind of imagined that too.
You can totally see him leaving his room, going downstairs, and just being like, hey, how do we get more food? Instead of just picking up his phone and being like, hey, how do we get more food? And the other one, Rashawn Holmes, his was Postmates.
Postmates, I heard that one.
But again, all you have to do is make it 24. These other guys, they're out there playing golf together, fishing and whatever. Like, you got to be a real stupid ass in the first 24 hours.
They weren't fishing in the first 24 hours.
No, but that's all you have to make it through. That's the, quote, quarantine. When you get there, you go through a couple of tests, and you're in your room away from everybody for 24 hours.
Right.
That's it. And then
from there
you're in the bubble. You live in the bubble. Yes, and you can be around everybody.
But I'm saying, but then from that point on, you can't leave the campus.
You can't leave the campus, but you
can have somebody come to the campus?
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not until family.
Yeah.
Family can come on first round of the playoffs.
First round.
Yeah. So you're playing through this thing.
Do they got a quarantine when they get there?
And yes.
So what they got to do? Sit there 24 hours?
I think the family members, the family members get tested.
Then
right?
24-hour quarantine.
Yes.
And then they free to the bubble.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, well, that ain't bad. Yeah, that's set up cool.
Right?
That ain't bad.
It's not that bad. But, dude, all you got to do is make it through 24 hours. Like, you touch down, and it's like, you told me guys are going to find a way to get what they want. These guys, at least two of them, they didn't even make it through the first, they thought the meal was crappy. They probably didn't eat it. And they were like, I need to get some real food. And they couldn't even make it through one day.
See, I ain't gonna lie. And see, then I'm trying to figure out, make me think, like, how they flew into the bubble. Did they fly in on their own accord? Did they fly on a team plane?
I think our team all went together. Our team.
So that was the time.
But they were constantly being tested.
That was the time to load up, like, on your sandwiches.
The other thing is, all the teams, they were all telling these guys on the plane, off the plane. Now, remember, guys, you can't leave your room for the first 24 hours. That's it. Remember. And somebody like Bruno's just not paying attention.
He didn't hear it.
He's just not.
He didn't hear it. And that's, man.
All right. So we have seen that the different, did you see that they've got all these now? You had all these original complaints about the food during the quarantine at the beginning. But we understood that is not the food. So they are flying in all kinds of chefs that are going to be there. Right. And then they also said that they've got a deal with all kinds of different players, or they got a deal with all kinds of different off-campus food providers that are going to that are going to be, you're going to be able to order from them, right? So I want to know of these. I'm going to name the six that they named, and you tell me of these which ones you have gone to. These are going to provide delivery service to the team hotels. Del Frisco's.
Pass.
You ever had it?
Yeah.
No, you don't like it. Joe's Crab Shack.
Pass.
Morton's.
Smash.
That is a
that bread. It's that bread.
and that's a Chicago
That bread.
thing. I went
Is
to the
it? I thought it was a Cleveland thing. wasn't
no
it?
Morton's,
Chicago.
the original one. It's like down in like a basement. It's real dark. You go like underground.
In Cleveland.
No, in Chicago.
Chicago, okay.
Morton.
I just remember from Cleveland.
I'm pretty sure. Look
Yeah,
this
it
up.
probably started
The
there. You
original
probably right.
Morton's.
You're probably right.
Because me and my wife went there. I spent that is the most money I've ever spent on a meal. It was close to $300, I think. We got like a bottle of
Chicago.
wine and whatever. Yeah.
Every year I went to play Cleveland.
You went to Morton's?
I went to It's right in the hotel. In the Four Seasons. You walk directly across the hall.
The Ocean Air?
Ocean Air. Yeah, we gonna definitely pass.
Palm?
Smash. They
What-
got some butterfly shrimp in there. This
Palm and then saltgrass. I don't know saltgrass. I've never heard of that.
saltgrass sound like a sandwich shop.
Yeah, it does. All right, so you would go with Morton's and Palm. Those are the
You
two.
can't miss.
Yeah, but that's not a bad option. Those aren't bad options, right?
Saltgrass is a Texas steakhouse.
I'm 2 for what?
Let's go.
6? I'm 2 for 6.
Yeah, but I mean, if you could
all
find
right.
two places that you for sure would like stuff from there, and then they've got chefs
And
on
then you
site.
got Ocean Air, and I'm pretty sure that's like a fish spot, right?
Yeah, it
Seafood.
has to be, right?
So you get to mix it up.
Yeah, and then you're going to be able to.
But wait a minute, hold on. A guy like Mark, he's a sushi guy. You know,
They have sushi.
plants. And,
Yep.
You know, you gotta accommodate that type of. You know.
I did think it was really funny.
The
He posted that picture of him getting off the plane and going into the bubble, and he had his like big bag with him. He had a Black Lives
Oh.
Matter shirt on. Mark.
Did he?
But you know what was in his other hand? He had his bags, and then in this hand that he was carrying was a Nespresso, one of those espresso machines for his coffee in the morning. I was like, of all the things, right, that you're carrying into the bubble, that's the thing, can't do without. Espresso machine. That's a true Spaniard right there.
Explain.
Right? Bringing that in. They also very quickly yesterday morning, a couple other rules updates on this. So they said that players were going to have to wear like their uniforms to the games. Like if you got a game, you're wearing your uniform to the game.
Like bitty basketball?
No drip. And then by yesterday afternoon, they
That man
changed
said no
the
drip.
they changed the policy.
Yeah, because
'Cause
you know how Westbrook and them boys want to walk in there? They want to walk in there looking like crossing guards with the Rick James shoes. You know, what's the George Clinton kind of, you know, they coming all type of ways now, man, you know.
Would you care?
No, I ain't gonna lie, I wear sweats all. If I could rewind time and wish I could do all that over again, I wish I could have probably like just wore team issue sweats the whole rip.
That's called the DeAnthony Melton.
Oh, shout out to DeAnthony Melton. DeAnthony Melton, you ain't doing nothing wrong, brother.
And you know what? I love DeAnthony Melton the same way I loved you.
Because ultimately, you put your mind, you tunnel vision the game, you focus.
He doesn't care.
And I ain't worried about what how I'm looking outside of this. Just grade me on the court.
That's why I love DeAnthony Melton.
I like that.
He doesn't
Shout
care.
out to
He doesn't
Anthony
care what he
Melton.
does on the court. Now, Devin, didn't you tell me
Because
that?
that kind of take away from the preparation, I believe.
Nah,
Like,
these guys want
I ain't
their
gonna lie.
picture taken.
Yes, they do.
That's why they all love
now that
Devin.
I look back, it's like, yo, I gotta.
Devin's the guy with the camera. They love Devin. Here, get on that mic. Just pull that microphone. On the side. Oh, John
Yeah, give
Morant.
us- yeah,
John
Devin knows
Morant's
all about
got-
the drip.
Here's our drip reporter, Devin
Yeah.
Walker.
move them shirts.
Drip reporter. Yeah, get one of those polo shirts. Those are nice T-shirts, Tony.
Just in case I sweat them, man. That's all. Hold on, that's why I got 3 of them. Didn't mean for that.
This
Three
man-
polo shirts.
This man brought 3 Ralph Lauren. Like, look, I mean, straight out the wrapper too.
Yeah.
Not even like he didn't.
Oh, yeah, he brought the package.
He didn't steam them nothing. Look at him. Yo, get this guy.
Doing this to me.
Get this guy a sponsorship
We're
deal.
trying to get you a sponsorship, Tony.
We're trying to get you a sponsorship.
Yeah, shout out to Polo.
Yo, come on. It ain't Ralph though. It ain't Ralph though. Nobody knows your brand, Sway.
Nobody knows. No, tell us about this camera though. Like
the drip.
Like,
No, we want to know about you when you were saying about Ja.
So Ja's like the cozy dude. He wears like jumpsuits. He'll wear like
All Nike.
all Nike jumpsuits. Like he's wearing a different jumpsuit every game.
Yes.
and that's comfortability. You put in your mind, I'm just throwing this on. I am the act. They waiting on the act.
No.
The act ain't
All
looking
right,
good for
look,
you.
look. Hey, all right, now look, Tony. We're gonna do a little trivia here. I'm gonna have you guess. Which of the Grizzlies player do you think packed the most amount of like spectacular outfits to walk in? There is a player.
Big
There's two. No, there's
Big
two.
Fella,
There's two.
I already know JJ. I did the interview with him. This man came in Balenciaga size extra medium. He had the jeans on, 32 slim, and he had on no socks with the Converse. He was swagged up, and he had a buckle on his belt so big I thought it probably was bigger than my phone. So I'm looking at him. I'm like, this the new sauce. You know, he definitely could read his black card in his left pocket because his pants was that tight. But he was sharp. And this how they want to come in. They want to come in like that. See, me back in the day, I was a little baggy. I had a little baggy clothes.
I got photos of you.
My stylist was, I was my stylist. You could tell these guys kind of, they taking their time with it. You know, they trying it on. And
Dude, the funniest was last night. Former Grizzly Troy Daniels putting his on Instagram, and immediately the response was from J.R. Smith. He said, "Where are you going?" He said, "Down to the lobby and back." And then, like, I was reading the comments, they said, "Man, you can't even fit your hand in your pocket on them jeans."
And that's what I'm saying. That's the wave.
You can't even get your hand in the pocket.
So me telling you about Jaren jeans, like, that's the swag.
Yeah, that's
You feel
All
me?
right, so Jaren, you are right about that. Who is the other?
Who's the other? There's two of them who picked all their drip.
And they're ready for this.
Yeah.
Jaren has to get another closet.
Yeah, he has so many clothes.
Tyler's Jones?
Nope. Tyus is a jumpsuit dude.
Okay.
Jumpsuit guy.
If I had to guess,
Oh, I think I got this one. I think I know.
Valanciunas.
Nope.
We have not spoken about this, so I'm gonna have to
No.
guess too. All right, what's your? You know it. Look,
I got two over two.
Dylan.
Yep, it's Dylan.
Dylan. Yeah, gotta be Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan cares
Dylan
about the
bag,
trip.
too. Dylan
Yeah,
just got
man.
that. Shout out to Dylan Brooks, man. I man, come back all hard G&G. That's my boy too. I forgot all about Dylan.
Dylan.
Great video yesterday. We got to see him hit a three. So that's good.
Oh, he
choked
lit.
up,
That's
man.
a good. I told you that's a badass yellow boy. I told you. Hey, ooh, that's my boy there.
Hey, I'll tell you this. They posted a video of it. Jaren swatted the absolute hell out of Josh
my
Jackson.
God.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Wait a minute.
you are slipping.
Yeah, your guy.
With Josh Jackson.
He forgot everything.
He forgot everying.
His iPad.
And now he can't leave the court.
food.
He didn't bring anything. They were asking him about it. He said, "I forgot." He has to, you got to watch game film on your iPad. He didn't bring his iPad. He didn't bring nothing.
His mom got to send him stuff.
You don't get it together.
Man.
Young fella, get it together.
Come on, man.
Proper-
That's your guy.
Proper preparation prevent poor performance. That's my young guy, man.
Well,
he
you
gonna
didn't-
be all right.
You didn't say that beforehand.
Yeah, he
Guy
gonna be
showed
all
up with nothing.
Right.
He didn't realize he was going to have stuff to stay in the bubble. He probably thought he was just at a hotel for a night.
Yeah, he definitely got to get it together.
And then he'd be able to leave and go buy whatever he wanted to buy.
I tell you this, you know who's gotten real saucy during the quarantine?
Oh,
Big change in this guy, big transformation.
yeah.
Brandon Clark
Oh, yeah.
got the new hair.
Yeah.
He's got this new hair with the dangly braids.
He got the braids.
Dangly braids.
That's
Cole
Kenya
Anthony
Martin.
braids.
Hey, he's got.
that's Kenya Martin. That's
Hey.
little baby Kenya
Hey,
Martin.
but he's got a bunch of tight clothes now. Chains. He bought chains.
Pinky rings.
Pinky rings.
I love it. Hey,
All of it. He got sauced up during the quarantine. We were like,
love it.
who is that?
He bought
I love it.
a pinky ring.
Yeah. Yes,
Got rings
like
and
a
everything.
Dawn.
Like, bro, he been iced. He iced out now.
What's that thing that used to be on HBO, like that Ice-T was a part of?
Oh no.
It was like the it's real thing. It's like
Pimp My Ride?
No, it was. I think it's like pimps up, hoes down. It's like a pimp convention where they're all wearing pinky
my
rings.
goodness.
Well, you know who taught me about pinky rings is my guy Rick Ross.
Yeah.
True
He
that.
said you got to put it out. Remember, I asked him if I could wear it, and he was like, "Nah, you ain't ready for that." But he said you gotta wear. He said you gotta put it out like a Don when you're eating chicken wings. He had a big ass pinky ring
Propose
on.
unnecessary toast
Yes.
just to show it.
Yeah, gotta get the
Brandon
pinky
Clark
ring.
has a pinky ring.
Yeah, he got a bunch of rings.
Brandon,
It's unbelievable.
Him and Jerry got a bunch of rings.
What happened to him?
Mr. Watch Your Head, throw it up. Shit, man, hey, man.
Unbelievable.
Shout out
He
to
finally like got comfortable, man. I think that's what it was.
You do.
I think he finally got like comfortable. We were joking.
You're
about,
saying is he okay with the $100 shirt now?
Yeah,
he's okay
probably
with
bought
it?
He's probably bought $100 shirts now. The first people were ragging on him. He's like, "This is only $70. What do you mean?"
$70 shirts.
$70.
$100.
Did not cost $100.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean?
Oh,
but now,
he got a little Braxton in him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Braxton.
You know, on Jamie Foxx show.
Oh,
Not this time, Jamie.
Yeah. Not this time, Jamie.
I heard that in forever.
That's what it sounds like.
It did-
I mean,
that's
I never hung around him, but
Little
you made
bit.
it sound like
He's a little bit like that.
Yeah.
All right, okay,
Right.
that's cool.
He's a little bit like
I can dig it.
serious.
Straight up.
Serious guy.
Straight up.
Right?
I like that.
How's everybody doing? That guy.
You're a funny guy, man.
Yeah, that's what he's like. You're a funny guy.
funny
Shout
guy.
out to BC, man.
Yeah.
At least his game a little like
Oh.
yeah, it's
Swaggy.
way different than
Yes.
You know?
If you're the guy dunking on everybody, I got no problem with you showing up with chains. It's like I told you at Summer League last year. Friggin' Montrezl Harrell walks into the gym. 5 chains, throwback Darius Miles jersey,
then when you see him
no
on the
shirt
court,
underneath.
when you see him on the court, you be like, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that about fit him. That
you
about
can wear
fit him.
whatever the hell you want.
That about
When
fit
he
him.
walked into that gym, braids everywhere,
Yeah.
5 huge chains, Darius Miles throwback jersey with no
Macho.
shirt underneath,
Yeah.
arms just huge,
Ow.
and it's like, all right, that's the dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of them, I like the Clippers, yo.
Me too.
But listen, it's the centerpiece, man.
Who?
That Anthony Davis is the mismatch with them, I think. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm because
They got more to throw at him now because they could throw Montrez and they could throw the Morris twins there now. You got to remember they added him, and you know who else they added?
Noah.
Our boy Joakim.
Yeah.
Joakim over there.
Yep. You
know
know
he-
he.
Even
You
better.
know he'll make
they
him
gonna
work.
Need him.
Hey, you know
They
he.
gonna need him for the defensive purposes. They got him just for that.
Oh, you know he will get under your skin,
he-
right? If you want to deploy somebody for 8 minutes to
Yes.
just piss you off,
And then look,
he'll take the
that
fouls,
rest,
He'll keep the ball moving
that
on
rest
offense
with
too.
George.
and he'll yell at you.
You just made it make sense.
He's
That
a
was my
great
concern.
passer.
That was my only concern.
But they
I'm glad
throw-
you said that.
Right? Because I know you've always worried about
The
Zubac.
mismatch. Zubac it ain't gonna work with him sticking AD. I know AD gonna go to work.
Right.
So
But
then
they've
you-
got the wings with George and Kawhi and the other guys to be able to
That's
make it at
asking
least
a lot.
hard
That's
on
asking-
LeBron.
That's asking a lot, and he gotta come through for you on the O end.
You ain't got to shoot.
Don't worry about it. That rest, I like the rest with PG. He got time. You know what I'm saying?
They just got a bunch of dogs.
So many
Then
pictures.
P.
They
Beverly.
do. They got
I
a
saw
bunch-
Pat Beverly. I told you I saw Pat Beverly over
Yep.
the thing, and he looked cut like real
He looked big.
solid. No, like he just looked real
This is a
solid.
Chicago thing because he showed his room and this is all he had in his room. You see that video?
Who did?
Pat
Po-
Bev, he showed
he
his
had
room. He was like,
polo
I got-
white t-shirts.
All he had was polo white t-shirts.
Ooh,
Is it a
maybe
Chicago
it's
thing?
Chicago thing.
Shout out to Pat Beverly.
Is that a Chicago thing?
I don't know, man. I think I was the first one
You think?
to start wearing polo tees. though.
You think he? Oh, you think he
Cause
saw
I
you?
got that from. I don't know. I
Who?
ain't saying that. I'm just saying.
Say,
I'm
who did you
talking
get
about
it
where
from?
I got it from.
Who?
I got it from one of my old heads.
Who?
What's it? Now he ain't even my old head. I'm older than him. Perk.
Perk wears white polo
Perk. I
shirts.
think Perk was the first one to start wearing them, and then I started wearing them from Perk, and then that's what I'm trying to say. I ain't
Pat
saying
Bev,
that I was the first one, but I started wearing them because of Big Perk.
Really? Your boy Rondo got hurt.
Yeah, I saw that, and this same injury. This how his thumb gonna look right here. I did the same thing in Boston.
What?
I tripped.
What's wrong with your thumb?
I can't.
Can you do a thumbs up?
What you mean? Yeah, I can do that. I'm just
Oh.
saying.
Then
I'm
what's
just
the
telling
problem?
you. No, I'm doing that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Bro.
Yeah, but what's the
I'm just
problem with your
telling you
thumb?
That's what
Oh, there's nothing.
you said
wrong-
about Rondo. This the same.
But there's
injury.
nothing wrong with it.
I never said that. I said
Oh,
that's the same injury
which is what?
what Rondo has. You asked about Rondo's.
It said 6 to 8 weeks. Is that
This is a 6 to 8 week injury.
Yeah.
I had it before.
How bad does it hurt?
It don't hurt at all.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, it's a ligament torn. But then it's gonna start hurting like when it's time to start like doing all this. Like, he gonna put his hand in some rice, squeeze it, probably get him a little Play-Doh ball. Then he might have to, squeeze. You gotta strengthen your hand back up.
And then how long?
6 to 8 weeks.
You were back by then.
No, I wasn't back no 6 to 8 weeks. I was not back 6 to 8 weeks. It took me like 10 weeks. I needed that other 2 weeks for some more condition. What?
Milk it.
No, that's not milking. It's called, what they call it?
Milking it.
No.
That's what they call it.
No, the word they use now.
You're talking about
Load management.
Load management.
It's load management.
Right.
There you go. That's what,
I started that, though.
you the OG of
I'm the OG of load management.
Hey, who else have you?
Speaking of that, though, for the Clippers, like Kawhi and Paul George have been kind of doing that all season long, and now they've had like 3 to 4 months to do nothing.
That's what's scary,
Can't
bro.
be sitting out
That's what I'm
now.
trying to tell you,
That's what's scary.
Oh.
They won't like. Kawhi should be good to go now.
Bro, I was
I'm talking
watching
about
a
they won't have to load manage
No,
him.
they won't
They
do
won't
any
have to
of
load
it.
manage Paul.
They were talking about like how this could be their closing lineup, right? This in like February, like the end after the All-Star break, and they came in the game, and it was Pat Bev, Lou Williams, the two guys, Kawhi and Paul George, and Montrez, right? Because Lou and Montrez come off the bench, and they're saying they just leave them in and ride out the rest, and they were like, this is the first time all five have been on the court together. And I was like, what the hell? Like, they haven't even played together.
yeah.
They had no
minute.
They just ain't got no consistency.
No, but they like had like less than, they've played more lineups than any team in the league. Wow. And they're in second place. Like, they haven't had any minutes as units.
That's a good shout out to the coaching staff.
Hell yeah.
The way they doing it.
Yes. Oh, and you played for Doc.
That and couple it with the Lakers losing a couple of guys.
That's right. No Avery Bradley hurt.
No Rondo.
No Rondo can hurt too. And it's basically because, look, they got Caruso, they got Quinn Cook,
Danny Green,
and then they've got the other two guards that haven't played at all, JR and Deion Waiters.
Yeah.
That's who gonna have to give them the business. Deion Waiters.
The last time.
Well,
Deion
then I
Waiters,
like the Clippers.
If you could, no, I'm saying that's who gonna have to hold it up for them. While Rondo go, I forgot about Deion.
right?
No,
He's there.
Think
I saw the last time he played in the game.
If he give you anything like he was giving you before the injury,
See, two teams kind of exiled him, Tony.
Yeah, dude, if you can't make it in Miami, that's a winning culture, and that's and he was going on Instagram talking shit about Tyler Hero, and
that's
I
the
don't need
thing.
him.
That's
I don't
the
need
thing.
him. I don't need him.
That's the thing. He was ego tripping. That's all. Getting around LeBron, you gonna pipe down. You gonna pipe down. Listen, he bought in now.
He's also the kind of guy that might see the ball twice, and if he misses the shots, LeBron will never throw to him. That's the gig. That's the gig. He's going to pound it into the ground, drive in, they're going to double him, he kicks it out to you, hit the friggin' shot.
He need to come off the bench then.
That's why he rolled out on, what's his name, Jay Crowder.
He need to come off the bench then.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crowder wouldn't make the corner three, and so he just abandoned him,
Yeah, you're going to have to get in compliance around Lil BJ, man.
All right, so look, Devin, you were telling me last night, this is fair reporting, that we are getting, from what we hear from the bubble, very good feedback about the Grizzlies and what they're playing.
What they saying?
They
man.
say Winslow,
Ooh.
big leader, like Jimmy Butler-esque, like in the practices. Like, there was an opening for a guy to come in
big
and,
dog.
kind of like Crowder was.
Yeah.
And, like, kind of impose their will on the team and be that guy. And Winslow's weirdly can come to this team as a veteran almost, and be like, this is the way you do it. This is right. Put me with the second string and we'll whoop y'all's ass. That kind of, how Jimmy is, right? Like that kind of like attitude, dog mode. Because, you look around, there's not really a big voice. Ja, it kind of turned into more of his team and him being the come see me
Yeah,
kind
but
of
he don't
guy.
really talk though. Like he's not a talker. Yeah, he's not a big talker.
And before it was like I said, it was Crowder and Solo.
That's
Crowder
it.
and Solo were doing it.
Lead
The
by
two
example kinda
vets.
guy.
But they say Winslow's that way, right?
Yeah, he's been like yelling at him and scrimmages, like ah! Like you can see it in the video we posted. Like he finished on Jerry and he was like talking. I'm like, okay, we might have a little dog, and people won't resent him because everybody's young. So like, okay,
I've always loved him.
you won't resent him because
No.
he's a dog.
He's got his bona fides too, right? Because he's been in Miami, played with Dwayne Wade, loves him.
Yeah,
he's been a winner. Three of the guys he was on the team
That's to
with.
say, half of our team went to Duke. So
Yeah,
like,
right. Winslow, it does not surprise me because he's always been a very active defender, and usually it is those kind of guys, right? It's hard to be the dog and the guy yelling at guys when you're not the guy that will lay out for stuff, Yeah. But
I just like.
he could be an X factor for us for real.
Let me tell you, I remember 27-7 game.
First game of the season.
That game there.
He's the best player on the court by a wide margin against us. He murdered the Grizzlies. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And if he could get back to that style of that just being that dominant, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
If you get like a guy that does totally fulfill his potential, come into his own, 30-plus minutes per game, putting up big numbers, changes everything for them.
Yep.
It does make you wonder, like, to me, I've said, I think I would let Dylan become a heater. I've said that from the beginning, off the bench.
Yeah.
I would let him be the heater, especially with Winslow, assuming he's my starting three. I would let Dylan play with Tyus Jones and Kyle Anderson and Gorgie Jang. And you could take whatever the hell shot you want. And let DeAnthony Melton play with those other guys,
they'll
right?
be the two guards.
Because Melton he could play low shots, keep the
you
ball
like
moving.
you like the ball, you keep the ball in his hand a lot, or you?
No, Ja's my guy. I'm saying I played Melton like you played for the Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And just put him at the two.
But he can also bring the ball up the court
start
like he need to.
and let Dylan
Heat
play.
up. Yeah.
So you saying so
And then Winslow plays three
Like when he get a rebound, he can just get it. And
so what you saying? Melton gonna start
at two.
He gonna start. He gonna play the first 4 minutes of the first. He gonna come back.
Oh.
Start. No, I'm telling you, that's the minutes. I'm trying to. How you just said.
Now that was your minute.
Listen, bro.
Other
Ain't
guys,
enough
they let
minutes,
stay
bro.
in for 6.
It's not gonna be enough minutes. Wait, hold on.
You had 2
You know how
fouls.
many wings you got?
You had
But
2.
no, we going small nowadays anyway. My bad. I'm tweaking. It ain't like my back when I played. My bad. Guys go. The 4s are the 3s are playing the 4 now. So it's
Well, and the other fascinating thing is where do those guys fit in?
you got
That's
Grayson
what I was
now.
just trying to
Grayson's been
break
playing.
down.
Josh Jackson?
Josh Jackson's playing.
Where does he
About
fit
him.
in?
Like,
You got a
that's what I'm
whole
saying.
roster.
That's what I was just trying to break down.
There ain't enough minutes to go around.
No, Winslow is, and you know, when you only got 8 games,
All right.
the rotation's
The
not.
rotation's short, so.
It's not 15. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
in the playoffs,
But then
it's
again,
short too
I
in
don't
the
know.
playoffs.
But then coach might be different.
No,
you never
and
know. Coach
you're
might,
right.
Coach might.
Budenholzer plays a lot of guys.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, he
You
does.
know.
'Cause you
That's
can-
because we look over the history how we did it with Hollins and Yeager and what's coach with Coach Fizdale.
Oh my God.
I
really
it
forgot his
slipped.
name?
It slipped. Yeah, my bad. But you know what I'm trying to say though.
Yeah.
They shorten their rotations, and when they do that, certain guys who probably been playing well, like a la Jermichael Green back when Zebo was
Yep.
in his max prime, and Jermichael was just on his first year deal and had a non-guaranteed next. Those guys could possibly not play, or Zebo could.
Darrell Arthur too before.
Darrell Arthur,
Yeah.
perfect example. Darrell Arthur, and the rotation short, and you just might
Darrell's
not see
playing
one of them.
20 in the regular season. He's
talking
playing
about
12. 12 in the postseason. You know what I mean?
And it be like this, but you got coaches who we don't know how coach
You
gonna
got
do it.
13 that can go too. That's
He
the
might
thing.
just unload them. Like, all right, go get him. Yeah, come on.
It
And
could be a
everybody
matchup
just stay
thing,
ready.
too, though. Could be a matchup.
Young
thing.
team, I would love to see them all get some
Well,
experience.
look. Here's what you know. Even if you just put Melton at the starting 2, right?
Yeah.
You know for certain.
Great defender.
Tyus is playing. Dylan is playing. Kyle is playing.
Floor general.
Brandon is playing.
Yeah.
And Gorgie's playing.
Yeah.
That's a second five that is a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I actually like that.
Yeah.
Dylan fits better with that, to me. But
Then what do you do with
in
Josh,
fairness, Melton and Tyus, that second unit was like the best.
You know what this is gonna have to be? A whole new training camp. That's what I'm.
Oh,
the way
yeah?
you just
Yeah.
made it sound, because it's a lot of rotation players that could play multiple
You know
positions, but-
Winslow's playing.
Yeah,
And,
Winslow,
that's the factor right there. That's the key point right there. Was gonna eat up a whole lot of minutes. If he is playing anything like what we just brought up,
Yeah.
it's gonna shorten the rotation.
He's had
'cause you
so
gotta
much
have
time
him
to
on
get
the floor.
healthy.
Oh, he
Yes.
ready.
He is and we saw the videos.
Man, you gotta show me the video, man.
Oh, we'll show you the video here at the break.
Man.
The other thing in that video, Grayson Allen dunks.
Yeah, on the
I
break.
guess his hip's okay.
Wait a minute, Grayson back?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's back.
That wasn't
All-
just a dunk. Like, he got up, went under, and then dunked it. I was
All
like, oh.
17 are back. All 17
Yo,
are
the
back.
Grizzlies.
Like,
Dude,
Josh-
I tell
Don't
you
Millie
that,
rock on it. Don't Millie
that
rock.
video,
Dude,
that video's gonna get
everybody
you fired
healthy.
up. That video's gonna get you fired up.
Everybody healthy. Yo.
everybody.
Everybody's healthy.
All
Them
17.
boys ready for that. Man, come on, let's go, man. You know, let's go.
All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk about the other things going on in the quarantine, and we'll see what Tony thinks when he sees this video. Back after this. All right, so that went great. Tony watched the video and immediately starts talking about us beating the Lakers.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
I ain't
look.
gonna even hold you.
The reports are that Justice Winslow is just killing it there.
And he talking smack in practice. He's swag. He's excited. You know, when you see guys doing that, that mean they passionate about the game. They love the game. They've been working on their game. And I'm looking forward to seeing some carryover, him being dominant. You know,
This is
it's
the
a long
other
way.
thing, TA, and this is something, all joking aside, that you said, which the first time that the grit and grind iteration of the Grizzlies made the playoffs, they made it as an 8 seed, and they beat a number 1 seed, San Antonio. One of the factors in that, clearly, was that they were banged up, and they didn't. Manu Ginobili was out,
Exactly.
right? And then he was banged up, throughout the series. The Grizzlies were completely healthy all the way.
Yep.
And one of the things that you did bring up, which does, and it will come into play when all of these teams are playing. It's like so many of the playoff outcomes are really who is the healthiest team?
Yeah, that's what-
Who's got their guys,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
this stuff? Because how many times can we think of any of the playoff series and then even frankly eventual champions, it's decided by who's uninjured. Kevin Durant got injured. Klay Thompson got injured.
Well, here's one.
Steph Curry.
Because we've seen it. Anthony Davis has battled those back issues, hasn't he,
Yeah.
this year?
Yeah.
Dude, trust me, if Anthony Davis's back is not 100%, if it's like 60, 70%, dude, they ain't winning.
Right? Well, and you see like Oladipo. It's the difference between them giving somebody a hell of a run for their money. Because I like that Indiana team. If you told me I'd have all-star Victor Oladipo, I put him in Malcolm Brogdon, and then they got those big guys with Turner and Sabonis. Like, they're just so different than everybody else, right? Everybody else is trying to fly up and down, play this small ball, whatever, and they'll score with you, but they can also just beat you to death. And those are two big guards. I'd bring that to any Eastern Conference party if I had a healthy Oladipo. And the thing was, when they played last time, they would give people a run for their money,
Yeah.
but then everybody would double the hell out of him, get the ball out of his hands. He didn't have anybody else. You got Brogdon in there.
Yeah.
And they got just a bunch of, like, solid players.
But yeah, they're over there in the East.
Yeah.
Over there in the East.
It's open there.
It's open, but I don't see nobody beating Milwaukee.
It's hard to envision, but they got to do it, though, Tony. They got to do it.
No, man. I'm worried about.
They
got to
get to the finals. I mean, their second best guy, and I know he's had an amazing season, is Middleton.
He definitely got to get it. He's had an extension too, didn't he?
But I'm talking about if I just take everybody's top 2 guys, as a team, they are clearly the better team.
If they don't
than
get
all
that
of their-
this year, it's going to be.
But if we say, hey, would I want their top 2 guys? There are others that can match up with them, right? I mean,
Them
look-
two, yeah. You would hope.
The Celtics, when they're healthy,
Celtics
bring 4 pretty damn good guys
Yeah.
to the party, and you got Simmons and Embiid, and you got
That's
Jimmy
what I'm saying.
Butler
Like,
and
you
that whole
forget
crew,
about them too. So
and
it's
Bam
like,
Adebayo, and I mean, there's a lot. All 6 of those teams, assuming Oladipo's healthy, any of them could be in the Eastern Finals, and it wouldn't shock me. Seriously.
No, that's
Any
what
of
you're
them.
saying.
But in
Yeah,
the Western
of course.
Finals, it's hard outside of the Lakers and the Clippers to see somebody, isn't it?
That's what we want to see, though. You know what we want to see, the Lakers and the Clippers. Come on, man. Everybody want to see that, man.
I mean, honestly, the Rockets, just because they play this weird ass style.
Bro, I don't got them getting out the first round of the playoffs.
Really?
I really don't.
Look.
Everybody keeps saying Denver, but if Jokic get down in that block
Yeah.
and get to working his move down there,
Here's one of the things that I talked about when they ran off those wins. When they went to that small ball, I kept saying, "This is like when you're playing during you get to the NCAA tournament and you draw the team that presses full court." Or plays some kind of 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah.
Or Syracuse has always had success,
don't
befuddling
got no
people with
bigs,
2-3 zone, whatever. No, but what I'm saying is, in a one-off, it's devastating. And these teams aren't going to be able to prepare during a regular season. But if you just say, the only thing we're doing is focusing on this,
so wait a minute.
you might be able to just punish them for playing small like that. I mean, they got nobody. They're playing PJ at friggin' center.
That's what scared me, bro. That's why I'm not a fan of that.
You don't like it?
I don't like it, man. I saw it when they tried to do it the year. Steve Nash, I think Grant Hill. I want to say Grant Hill.
Stoudemire. Stoudemire's big.
He was like 6'8", 6'9". That was their tallest. It don't work, bro. It don't work, bro. I don't think it worked. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm sorry.
What,
They just got
you
I
for-
played
are
with
you-
Z-Boy and Mark.
I know, but are you forgetting the Golden State Warriors?
But Draymond Green, a different kind of animal.
6'2".
But hold on. Now we gonna put some respect on his name. When he get a rebound, 3 things can happen with him.
I know.
He could score,
That's right.
he could get fouled,
He lead the break.
or he gonna get an assist.
No, you're
So
right.
he's a point forward.
He's different than everybody
Different
else.
kind of class.
Yes. He also rebounds like he's 7 foot tall.
So it's like
He does.
You
Yeah.
gotta.
He's got a 7'3" wingspan
Look
or
what you
something.
asking me though. You asking me. You want my boy PJ Tucker to stick all the bigs and hit all the threes.
Buddy, not all.
Well, I'm saying he
he's
gotta
only
be-
getting a couple shots.
But when he get them,
Trust
he gotta
me.
make them.
But there's only like 4 of them. Westbrook and Harden are taking every shot.
I'm just saying that's the reality of it. Like he gotta be in the best shape in the world right now for them. He almost got to play like Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm
2 more things we got to get to on this show today before we get out of here, and this is the most important. There was a girl on Twitter over the weekend. Tony, I don't know if you saw this or not. Her name on Twitter was Ugly Anna. She was not ugly. She had very big breasts that she has seen. That I only mention because it's what you see, profoundly when you click on her avatar.
Right.
But Ugly Anna tweeted out that a player had invited her already to the bubble. And she said this season is not going to end how everybody thinks. This is a disaster. Because it appeared to me that Ugly Anna, type of gal that NBA guys would really like, any guy for that matter might really like, and that she has fans within the NBA. But she tweeted out that she had already been invited to the bubble. Now, when we talked about being in the bubble, one of the things you expressed was guys always get what they want, so this is going to be a very hard adjustment for them.
Oh, he threw that back on me.
Yeah,
All right.
and that was in reference to food.
Food, specifically.
Yes, this was not in reference to females. Is it surprising to you if there was a player there that tried to invite some chick to the bubble?
I wouldn't be surprised.
No?
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I mean,
They can't get them in.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
You think somebody is going to be able to sneak in
No,
a girl?
I mean, not the bubble. I mean, you say at some point you're going to have your family come through, right?
It's not till the first round of the playoffs.
When is first round? August, right?
No, I mean what? Yeah, August. It'd really be after 3. You're talking. Really the end of August, because it's gonna take 3 weeks to play out these 8 games each, right? Isn't it 3 weeks? So it's 3 more weeks after it starts in 2 weeks. So when you're talking about 7-8 weeks, guys with no chicks.
Man, it's gonna happen, man. Trust me. You ever saw the?
You think there's gonna be guys that get girls into the bubble?
I don't know. I don't know how secure they got it as far as their facility goes.
Well, what I proposed. Have you ever played Fortnite?
Never.
You haven't? Oh, okay. Like a Call of Duty or something like that?
None whatsoever.
Okay. Well, on Fortnite, the way it starts is you're on this huge bus, and then you jump off in a parachute, and then you land on an island in Fortnite, right? And so what I said is, let's get the girls that want to go together, and then we helicopter over, and then we just throw them out, and we let them parachute into the bubble.
Yo,
that way,
somebody got that much time on their hand.
What?
For some action like that, like yo, you might well just leave the bubble.
You know, NBA players.
Buck the bubble.
So one of my friends responded to me the other day, and he was like, "Geez, like maybe I just have like low libido or something, but like these guys can't make it that long without a girl." And I look, you were in the NBA a long time. There are some guys. They can't make it that long.
No, they can't.
They can't. You know this. I'm sure you've had teammates without naming names in the past. There's no way they can make it.
You know how much testosterone is in an NBA locker room?
Yeah.
A professional sports locker room?
And
Any
some,
league?
and some guys just have a lot more sex than other guys.
Yeah.
Right? And they require it.
Oh,
Do you
it's
think this
crazy.
will lead to better or worse basketball? The fact that nobody's having
It's gonna
sex.
be a lot of tension, a lot of technical fouls. Buddy, and them gonna be fouling hard than the norm, you know. But yeah, looking for a lot of tension, man. Guys coming, a little attitude.
Do you think you'd be fine for 2 months?
I mean, yeah, I'll be all right.
I don't think I would.
I'll be all right.
I mean,
You
really.
gotta.
I mean, you can't. I mean, and some of these guys that are with chicks on every road trip and stuff, and they got the Instagram models all in their DMs and whatever.
Instagram,
that is a tough spot. I mean, they have become accustomed to a life that they're just not allowed to live anymore.
I tell you what though, if you got a huge opportunity in making some noise in this tournament, I think that should be second to anything anyway. Like it's so wide open for everybody to play, like and
That's
win.
right.
So like then we was just talking about the Lakers, with Rondo being hurt and they having to expect so much out of these other guys who probably don't even know the level of focus you gotta have to win games, down the stretch to win a title. So
Also, how about this?
it's like, man, you could beat some people.
I mean, look, absolutely no distractions.
No, whatsoever.
That is a different deal, right?
Like you get the
I mean, unless
focus
you're
in.
fighting on text with, your significant
No,
other or
that
something.
come with the game.
Huh?
That's gonna happen anyway. That's like you gonna do that anyway. But I'm just saying, for
Right.
us, when you go there, we here. It's a tournament like style setting. Let's just focus on this, build our camaraderie, get these wins, take advantage of the teams that's not healthy, that don't got all they guys who ain't experienced in being together. It's open for everybody.
It's everybody talks about what's it going to be like with no fans, or what's it going to be like with this. It is a whole nother. Who knows? When you don't have distractions, when you're not
You gotta
staying
be
up until
nowhere.
4 a.m.
You got no
'cause
appearances.
Yeah, you flew in, you're meeting up with somebody, or you're going out partying to the club or whatever. Like
You
none
gotta
of
worry
that
about your
stuff.
family members coming in town and
Yes, none of
It's
that.
all that's. I like it. Like it focused in like some NCAA tournament.
It is
type
for
time.
guys that truly love basketball.
And I'm pretty sure they're in there thinking like, yo, this is nothing. Like, And they're gonna be the ones that blossom.
The ones that love hooping also
Right, love hooping.
also easier for guys. Harder on one sense that they're having to be away from their families, but also in another sense a little easier when you have a structure and a family back home rather than the guy who's got a girlfriend and now he's away from her for a long time.
Yeah, that's way different.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like going out of town.
This normally around this time you around your family. Like you figure the month it is, and it's like now I'm focused back in on my actual job, and man, it's gonna be so much easier routine.
Yes.
Time to focus, studying plays, sit back in your room, ain't nothing on TV, or watch this DVD. Like you forced to focus on the game.
And in fairness, it's a little bit different now because even if you were 23 and going out all the time and you had, you had all kinds of girls that you messed with and whatever else, like you hadn't been doing that anyway. Because we've all been locked down anyway, right? So, I mean, it's been a long time since you've gotten to live the fun NBA lifestyle, right? Like
your turn-up time been limited.
Yeah, because you're not flying to friggin' Miami and getting to go hang out and stay up real late and then whatever. I mean, you've been bored for so long anyway, right? Everybody's been sitting home. So, I don't know. But I did think it was funny. You had a girl already say that she got invited. I can't believe somebody invited a chick.
Probably crap though. I ain't gonna lie. One thing about a pair of lips, they'll say anything. They got a mind of their own. So we don't know if she was serious or,
Have you ever heard of Ugly Anna?
No.
I didn't know if she was popular.
No.
maybe she's a big talker.
Cap.
Ugly Anna.
Mitchell and Ness cap.
Hey, people did the research and they were like, so who follows her? They started blaming Montrezl Harrell.
Hey, cap.
Because they were like, Montrezl Harrell follows her.
And he said it wasn't him. And
yeah, this is a tough spot. Somebody blamed Donovan Mitchell and said, oh, Donovan Mitchell's already wilding out. And you know what? She responded to him, and she said, I wish it was him, with the little crying, like laughing faces. Now, if you were the guy that did invite her, that would be a real ego hit, right?
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Because,
what do you mean, you wish it was Donovan Mitchell?
Because
How dare you?
No, because if you think about it, like it's just a distraction. That's why social media and playoff time around these type of time, you cut that off. You turn that off. Key in. You know what I mean?
I do think we will get a different version of teams.
I know you will.
We just will.
Listen.
It's all strange.
You will because, listen, it ain't nothing to do.
Right.
So, guys, majority of the league probably going to be in there gambling, playing PlayStation.
Yep.
While the other half who is actually looking at practice, looking at, what they could do to be better players, remembering offense, understanding strategic method and, just pulling the team together, whoever the leaders are.
I think better for young players too, right?
It's an experience, a different kind of experience for them to pull together, our team specifically, to pull together and shock some people. They all healthy. Coach, I'm pretty sure, running them, getting they win in order.
Well, and let's say this, even for your matter, right? You worked a lot with great results, I will say, with Josh Jackson. And you talked to him. Mm-hmm. And Josh is one of those guys that the structure, it's the best thing, right? I mean, you have talked to him, stay in line, be professional. Like, you got a whole career ahead of you. You've messed up, but that's all in the past. There's nothing you can do about all that, right? So now going forward,
stay ready.
Go play in South Haven. Keep a great attitude. Be the best player on that team.
True that.
All this kind of stuff.
That.
And then he got moved up after they made the trades, and he made the most of it. And now you just want him to be able to. All you got to do is just stay on the straight and narrow. Be a professional, whatever.
Stay out the way.
This is the easiest possible way, right?
And
not be distracted.
It's funny you brought him up because now with all that being said, this is the perfect platform for him to blossom, for him to be.
It really is.
In shape, be outstanding, teammate, and just be a piece to the puzzle.
Well, and you know this, especially with a lot of the young players. I can't tell you how many times there are, and you've seen it, I've seen it, good dudes. Like, even guys that have gotten in trouble, and you meet them, and like, you know they're a good dude, but they're easily influenced. They might have bad friends. They might have bad guys around them, whatever. Like, there's nobody to negatively influence you there.
No.
Like, there's nothing to get into. There's no kind of,
and that's why
you're not going to be in a spot where you could get in trouble and it somehow get pinned on you, and you were in the wrong place at the wrong time or whatever. Like that can't happen. You're away. Any of these young guys that have negative influences around them, that's gone. That's gone.
The bubble locked them in, pretty much, because you don't get no time to even go out and put yourself in those positions. With this going on.
No.
And a lot of that probably didn't died out you anyway, because like you just said, the quarantine, the social distance.
When you know this, Tom, there's so many good guys that, like, they still keep their friends from back home, and their friends from back home, they want to go throw down. And they put them in bad spots. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a fight wherever, or maybe they're getting into it at a club, or maybe they're somewhere they weren't supposed to be, whatever. And none of these guys have big names. So the second they get pulled over, it's their name, right?
Yeah.
And you never fault them, because they're hanging out with the guys they've been friends with since they're 14. But there's a lot of them that have, hangers on or bad guys from their past that
come with the.
That's right.
Whoever gets drafted, that's gonna happen. Everybody can't make it.
Right. That's for sure. Well, I think we got to make it 2.5 weeks, and the reason I said this so big.
What about the names on the jerseys? Did everybody get that in? Remember we was talking about. I know LeBron ain't wearing his.
Conley last night. You know what he announced?
What?
You know, we have the huge statue down there.
Yeah.
I am a man. That's what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
As an ode to Memphis and the sanitation strike so many years ago. You can take Mike out of Memphis, but you can't, right? Memphis out of Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
That was cool. That was
dope.
Super cool. When I read that, I was like, oh, how cool is that? He's right, in homage to.
Did any other big names make any? I
haven't seen any big names.
You seen them?
I've seen LeBron. I've seen Anthony Davis using theirs. Who? Oh, Giannis is putting equality on the back.
Big shout out to
you
Giannis.
Said you would do I Can't Breathe, right?
I would do I Can't Breathe, because I don't want that to fade away.
Yep.
I don't want
George Floyd.
Like, no, not even just George Floyd. Just like, we got to make some change in that area as far as
police
how they arresting these people, and police getting the opportunity to say, I was scared, and they get off for it. Like, they got to change that.
Yeah. So, we've seen a little bit of that, but then the other thing was there was 2 of the 322. This next round, that's what's going to matter, because that was 2 at the very beginning when they got there. We got to get through this week. What we need is it to be like 0 or like 1 again, because now they've all been quarantined and nobody had it, and they're getting constantly tested. So the next time they go through all the tests, like the league thing, we need that to be 0, because God forbid it's like 20 or 30. So somebody got it, and then it got passed around, and we see that playing basketball with and against each other, it's communicating. They'll try to shut the whole damn thing down if they came back.
That's what I'm saying. So when the family come in and.
Well, that's not until the first round of the playoffs. I'm saying we may not even get this thing off the ground
if the tests don't get all the way 100% clear.
Not 100%. We just can't have it be like 20 or 30. You know what I'm saying? When they do all the testing again for the 322, so at the very beginning, there was 2 guys. By the time they got there, had it. They removed them. Right? They removed them to be quarantined from the situation. So now, when they test that again, a lot of times it takes time for it to pass on, but all these guys are playing basketball against each other all the time now, right? So if somebody's got it and it passes to each other quickly, then you could get a bunch of guys. We just need them to have. Well, no, they're getting tested every day, so we want that to be 0.
Yeah.
Or if we don't want 2 to grow to 20 to grow to 40. You know how they're saying. Because I don't know.
And if it get further than 20%, they gonna shut it down.
I'm saying, what are they gonna do? You can't have 10% of the league test positive for something and keep going.
No, that's when you go down to the D League, and you bring them in for 24-hour quarantine, they'll be playing the next day.
No, you can't play the next day if you've done 24 hours. It's all like 10 days.
10 days?
Yep.
Oh, you just.
Yep.
Yo, y'all making it sound scary. Y'all making it sound like it ain't gonna crack.
No, we just need the test to come back good again.
Yeah, if I'm banking on that, I'm banking on that. While as this thing is spreading.
Well, they're in the bubble. So theoretically, nobody should have it.
By the time they test again.
Right.
Them 2 people come back.
They test every day.
I know what I'm saying. When
these
them
guys.
2 people come back, they get it out the way.
It's over. You remove them from the situation. I'm just saying the number can't be extreme.
It ain't. I don't
If you
agree
had
with it.
6 guys,
Yeah, fine.
whatever.
Fine.
What you can't have is 20. You know, and then it got passed around a whole team or some crap.
Yeah.
You know,
Because we got to get a trophy this year. I want to see somebody win that trophy this year.
Me too.
And as crazy as this year been, somebody got to win the trophy, yo.
Yes, there has to. We want there to be a champion, and we've made it. It seems like it's been so long. God.
Yeah, it has.
Jeez, I was thinking about that the other day. Were you at the last game? That home game where we lost to the friggin' Magic?
I was there.
Oh, yeah, it was your friggin' fault. By the way, I blame you.
How?
Because Terrence Ross went all the hell the way off. After you
know
had
why he went
slandered
off?
him.
You know why he went off
Because you
like
slandered
that?
him.
But we talked about that way before.
He
the
saw
first,
it.
Like the whole.
He saw it.
4-5 months before.
He
they got
knew.
there. So when
He
knew
knew when I come to Memphis, I'm going to bust their ass. And then he saw you in the stands. And was like, now I'm really busting their ass. Oh, you stay out late the night before you got to guard Terrence Ross. Let me drop 40 on your head.
that did happen.
And then he probably looked at you and said, you get out here, old man.
Didn't that man score-
I'll give
didn't
you
he-
buckets too.
Didn't he score like 21 or 24 in the fourth quarter or something like
he
that?
went
I
crazy.
was cursing Tony.
He went crazy.
So look what you've done.
I'm pretty sure you were.
Look what you've done.
But let me tell you this about that. We just got to be ready, man. I'm all I'm worried about is the Grizz right now, man. And we're gonna get it together.
I want
this
you.
year.
I want to see superstar Justice Winslow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
God,
gonna
if we
have
get-
a 3-headed snake.
Hey,
you
if we
gonna have
get
a
the-
3-headed snake.
Hey,
you have.
if we get the Lakers in the first round, then I get to see Justice trying to frustrate LeBron.
It's not just.
He's a big guy too. Justice
Yeah,
is not
Justice
a.
is
He's not
big.
a. He's not a shrinking violet here. You know.
we beat them this year.
Yeah, we did. In front of Mookie Betts. Oh, and Cam Newton. Cam Newton was on the front row. And Tony Allen.
It was a star-studded night.
I think who was it? Was it Cedric the Entertainer? He was there
Yeah,
too.
he was there.
He had like a show the
I
next
saw
night.
him. Hey, look crazy. I saw him later on that night.
What?
No cap. I
Where?
saw him at some little dinner place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we took the picture. Boom.
You took a picture with Cedric the Entertainer?
He ain't know my name, but he was like, man, this a badass boy. Yeah, that boy, what was his name? Tony Allen. That boy bad there. He ain't know my name.
Aww.
But he knew my face. He like, man, dude.
He knows
right there.
you.
He like, dude.
Are you sure he
Yeah,
didn't
we
just...
got a picture, man. I'm gonna send you the picture later on.
You and Cedric the
Man
Entertainer?
said it. Then the King. You better put some respect on his name.
And who?
The King. He one of the kings of comedy, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Why you looking like that? The original kings of comedy. You never saw that?
It's Bernie, him,
Steve
Yeah, so
Hughley.
put some
Yeah,
respect
Steve
on his
Harvey and
name.
Hughley.
That's it, right? That's
Shout out
it.
to DL Hughley too, man. Get well, bro.
No. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
Rest
Yeah.
bro, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Bernie, man.
We were born on the
Shout
same
out.
day.
Don't take nothing from no country boy.
I believe.
Dollar bill.
Look up Bernie Mac's birthday and make
Come
sure
on,
I'm not
boy.
lying
Hey.
about that. I'm pretty sure he's in October 5th.
Yo.
Bernie Mac.
I'm gonna see
Yep.
you the picture. I'm gonna see you the picture.
Yep, he is.
How old was he when he died?
Bernie Mac from Chicago, too.
For sure that.
He was
Shout out
50.
Ray.
50?
50 years
That
old.
is sad, man. That's the funniest guy ever.
Dude, he is.
I love Bernie Mac. God, I
Act
love
like
Bernie.
one of my uncles or something. He's
Yeah.
just funny, man.
So funny. When I was in high school, we used to watch all the house parties.
Yeah.
He was the dad.
Oh,
in
house party, yeah.
And then when he's in How to Be a Player, when Bill Bellamy's hooking up with the chick, and then the wife's in there. I love Bernie Mac. Love Bernie Mac. Dak, I can't get away from it. Dak Prescott. Now, I have not spoken about this all that much, but today is D-Day, as they say.
Yeah.
If they do not sign him to a long-term contract, then he's going to become a free agent after this year, right? Who knows? You can always franchise tag 2 years in a row, whatever the case may be. They've already franchise tagged him, so he's going to make his $30 million or whatever it is this year. Look, they probably...
When do they have? Till 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
3 o'clock our time.
Look, they probably screwed up, okay, with all of this in retrospect. Because clearly he now feels like he's got all this leverage.
Yeah.
And that he's not going to sign a deal. You had Carson Wentz signed his deal, which he owes at least half of it to the media. Because he got this massive amount of money, and that does set the stage. But here's the thing. This is like I have always said, I just as soon have Dak as Carson Wentz. Like Carson Wentz, like Chris Collinsworth can bend over backwards to make this guy sound like Joe Montana. But like what is he won?
He never won nothing.
He never won nothing. And so he gets this massive contract, and then if you're Dak Prescott, rightfully so, you're like, wait, hold on now. Like, this is what he gets, this is what Kirk Cousins gets, this is what, I mean, I get it, right? What the going rate is, and so I'm not saying I don't understand his perspective. But the warning thing to me is, if I'm the one sitting there saying, like, is Carson Wentz, is he worth all that, considering you won with another guy?
Yeah, the backup.
Like, I don't think, like, to me, that's the question here, and that's the one I grapple with the most. Like, let's set aside that you pay quarterbacks. If they're good, you pay them, okay? Let's set that aside. They didn't, and so now you're in a pickle, and now if you are going to sign him, you're probably signing him to a monster contract, okay? That's what you're up against. Then you didn't make Zeke play out his rookie contract. You signed him early, and you got him all locked up when you probably should have made him play out his rookie contract, okay? But they did right by him, and they signed him up. And then they signed Amari Cooper to more money than, like, Odell Beckham gets. So, I mean, they signed him. And they signed Jalen Smith to the money. And they got Zach Martin under contract and Tyron Smith, who deserves a lot of money. And they signed DeMarcus Lawrence to a big contract this offseason. And Leighton Vander Esch will eventually come up.
Yeah, he's going to come up.
Right?
Yeah,
and
you got a bunch of dudes.
And so you got a bunch of guys, and you got a bunch of guys that are, like, either the best or one of the best at their positions. Like, all those guys.
Yeah.
Every one of them, right?
Yeah.
Zach Martin, you put him up against pretty much any guard.
Yes.
Amari Cooper, when he's at his best, you could put him up against anybody. Ezekiel Elliott, obvious. Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, obvious. Tyron Smith, left tackle. The pass rusher for DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, like, these guys are...
They're great players.
They're great players,
the
right?
top three, yeah.
And so the question is, you know, what's the amount, because it has been proven over and over, if you're going to sink a ton of money into these guys, then they've got to be able to elevate the entire team. You've got to be able to be, you know, have some deficiencies in some other places. But you make up for it because you got this unbelievable guy, right? Like, there weren't that many great players on the Packers last year. They played in the freaking NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
They got Aaron Rodgers still, you know, and you look around and there are a bunch of teams like that. Russell Wilson elevates them every year, right?
Team is terrible.
And so, and I think about this and I say, okay, how many guys around the league do I think it'd be very hard to have a bad team with them as your quarterback, right? That it's not dependent upon everybody around them. And you've got to go back in time and you've got to say, like, look, Dak didn't do it last year. He didn't. They weren't there. They weren't there.
All the pieces were there, but he didn't show up.
And it can't be like, you know, a friggin' Jets game. Amari Cooper's out and Tyron Smith is out and Leighton Vander Esch has got a neck. And so, like, now you're losing. Like, dude, you got to be able to win when guys are out.
Yes.
Like, that's the gig. They're more important. Like, we can't win without him in, or he can't make all, you know, he can't throw for 300 yards without him in. So that's the thing, right? Are you able to go out there no matter what? Like, Russell Wilson loses Doug Baldwin. He keeps on chucking.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He finds the next guy. And Tyler Lockett or whoever the hell it is. And then obviously this year's rookies with
Metcalf.
DJ Metcalf. Yeah. So here's the thing. Does he elevate you to a point where, like, you got him, so you're going to, you got your franchise quarterback. Because some of these guys, like you could suck with Matt Ryan, we've seen, right? You can also be great with Matt Ryan. I also think you can be great with Dak. If they're great this year, it would not shock people, given the amount of talent they have. And they've got a real coach now instead of a bumbling idiot.
Well, what was it? Bill
On the
Barnwell.
sidelines.
Bill Barnwell ranked like the 30 teams or whatever, and I
Yeah.
think he had Dallas like ranked as like the third best team in the league going into this year.
They got talent.
Well,
There's so much talent,
they have
man.
tons of talent.
Okay, and here's the thing. How many of those games, this is what I struggle with as a Cowboy fan. You know I love Dak. I love him. I also know the finances of the NFL are, if you're going to pay this guy, you're sacrificing other good players. And so how much is too much, and how much better than, another guy that could come in is he? Like, if Philly could win a Super Bowl with Nick friggin' Foles, like they did it.
And Andy Dalton's your backup.
And so how many games, if I said to you, this game is coming up this weekend, this is what I struggle with. Whatever week 1 is, right? Or whatever. If you just went through their schedule and I told you, oh no, Dak's out for the season, tore his Achilles, he's out for the year. How many games would you have different because it's Andy Dalton instead of Dak Prescott?
Oh, I think
Maybe like 2 or 3.
I think you could still win 10 games.
I'm just saying, like, how many? Like, you know what I mean? Your
2 or 3
limit is
games,
probably
like
like,
Nine, you could win. You could still win. I think you could. I mean, I got to look at your schedule, but I mean, you could still win 10 games.
Here's the other thing.
Washington sucks. The Giants suck. So you got there right.
Here's the other thing that has to be that we'll never know. Okay, look, I've seen them without guys. I've seen them when their guys get injured. It's not pretty. So he doesn't, like, just man up and, like, oh, Amari Cooper's out, but he's still throwing for 350 yards. Like, that ain't happening much.
No.
Okay? Amari Cooper changed everything. He wasn't doing dick before Amari Cooper came. That Amari Cooper trade 2 years ago saved the season and turned them into a playoff team. Like, that's the truth. So, if that's so,
Yeah.
how much can I say, back up the vault? If he's out, do I think that they're dead? Of course they're dead with what they had, Cooper Rush. And the other thing you have to go back to is this. He walked into that situation, which was he was awesome as a rookie. They won a ton of games. He has come up clutch in big moments. He was bad against good teams last year. Mm-hmm. He just was. That's a demerit. And the other thing is a demerit to me is I take all that, all right, and then I say, okay, I thought we were done, 3 years ago when Tony Romo gets his collarbone cracked in literally the first drive of the preseason. They had drafted Dak in the 4th round or whatever it was. He came in and was awesome, right? And, like, I do think it's fair to wonder, like, did you just walk into an unbelievable situation? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I know, and it's so hard because could other guys do this?
Yeah.
If they were given, because, dude, you had the best offensive line in the world at that point. You had the best running back in the world at that point. And you were loaded all around. You were loaded with talent. Guys to throw to, and you had an hour to throw to them. And Romo was supposed to be the quarterback.
Yeah.
And he got hurt. And so, is it just that they nailed Dak Prescott in the draft? They just nailed it. And everybody else missed on it? Or is there part of it that, and the other part that I've said before is the whole, did, as much as I detested the Jason Garrett era, I do think, and it's something that no one ever gave him any credit for, ever, he was and is a quarterback and a quarterback's coach by trade. That's what he's been his whole life. The idea that he helped Dak Prescott come along, and be a fourth-round pick and then put him into these situations for him to be very successful and helped him become a better quarterback, that's not ludicrous to me.
This has been the best of the Chris Vernon Show, presented by Direct Auto Insurance. Tune in to the live show daily at noon or on demand by heading over to grindcitymedia.com or Grind City Media on YouTube.